where I almost lost my marriage. I certainly had lost my health. Like I was 25 kilos heavier than I am today. High blood pressure, pre-diabetes, high cholesterol, wasn't sleeping, inflammation in my body.
Wow.
And turns out you're not much fun to be around when you're sort of stressed out to the eyeballs like that. So yeah, I almost lost my marriage. And so I would say coaching literally, it saved my life. You know, when you start your own business, you think, okay, I'm going to get into mowing or cleaning, right? So that's the technical side. Because I'm a good cleaner, okay? I'm a good coach. I'm a developing, learning coach, and that's what I'm choosing to be expert at. But you know, that's only a third of the challenge of running your own business.
Hi, it's Sue Thomas from Jim's Life Coaching. I'm the divisional franchisor, and I am here with James Hayward, my franchisee from Ballarat, Jim's Life Coaching Ballarat. So welcome, James. Thanks so much for being here. I get asked so many questions about, because I speak to a lot of people who are interested franchisees. They're calling me to say, Sue, I want to know what the training is, how much does it cost, am I going to make enough money? And they have a million questions. So, James, how about you answer a few of those questions all at once and save them having to call you?
Yeah.
But tell me a bit about your experience. And when you first started, I know it was, I wanted to get you going really quickly, but you wanted to take a little bit more time and get things ready. But how has your experience been from the beginning to now? Like, is there a difference between... I don't know, what you thought was going to happen or what has happened? I'm going to ask you lots of questions, but
that's cool. No worries, just fire away. So the starting question, what's my experience been? So at the start, it's a change of career, total change for me, a reinvention ultimately.
Oh, okay, so what were you doing beforehand?
Well, my background's in engineering, so I studied as a mechanical engineer and I had 28 years in corporate. And so I worked for one company for 25 years, started in engineering, then worked my way through to leadership, management positions, strategy, all that sort of stuff. Ended up not doing engineering. I was basically creating new products for people across Australia and Asia with my team and launching those products for that company. And then I moved on to another company, did something similar. So that was totally different to what I'm doing now. I think the thing is, you know, I was sort of coming up to my late 40s. And, thinking, okay, what am I going to do this next lap of my career when I had the opportunity to change careers? And I really wanted to do something more meaningful to me rather than working for a company anymore.
Because I would say the job that you had, you were earning some reasonable good money.
Yeah, really good money.
But how many hours were you working?
Oh, look, I would work probably 60 hours a week. Yeah, so 10 during the week, maybe more sometimes.
Was the family actually
early
awake?
Mornings. No, sometimes not, because I had a job with international connections, so I'd often be on teleconferences late in the evening, connecting to multiple other countries and continents, or early morning calls to connect with somebody as well. So yeah, life balance wasn't good, and I'd work on the weekends as well. I'd have that sort of Sunday night sort of, oh no, haven't done the things I need to do for Monday, and that dread of Monday morning. Yeah, so my life was pretty out of balance, and I wanted to do something where I was in control, and all this effort and input that I'm putting in could actually be used to generate, more than probably the annual salary increments that I was sort of destined to get. Yeah. So yeah, I got coaching myself, and really, like we do, worked out, well, what's important to me? What's my purpose? What lights me up and gets me going? And when I sort of thought about my corporate life and what I was doing there, the thing that really excited me, that I felt like fulfilled or something like that, was when I was up in front of people, teaching them, training and coaching. So my one-on-one coaching with my direct reports or other people that I might mentor was helping them with their challenges. And it wasn't just work challenges either. So, I found that you're helping with marriage challenges and struggles with dealing with the kids and, self-confidence stuff. All of it, obviously, as it relates to work, and because obviously you bring your whole self, right? When things aren't going well at home, when things aren't going well in your health and mindset, you bring yourself to work, and then you show up through that lens for your team and the things that you're doing at work. So that's what I loved about my corporate life. But I only did it like 5% of the time. And so I'm like, how can I do that 100% of the time and get more fulfilled and have a career that I, through my own efforts, as hard as I work, I get the rewards. Or if I chose to, I could sort of sit back a little bit and actually enjoy a bit of a break and not feel guilty about it and just have more freedom.
So circumstances came your way.
Yeah, we connected, didn't we?
To move you in another direction.
Yeah.
We think we're going to have this job for the rest of our lives, but it doesn't always happen. We get retrenched a couple of times, maybe before we actually realise this isn't what I want to do.
Totally, yeah. Like you give up everything sometimes for your employer, and I certainly did. Like there was times through my career where I almost lost my marriage. I certainly had lost my health. Like I was 25 kilos heavier than I am today. High blood pressure, pre-diabetes, high cholesterol, wasn't sleeping, inflammation in my body.
Wow.
And turns out you're not much fun to be around when you're sort of stressed out to the eyeballs like that. So I almost lost my marriage. And so I would say coaching literally, it saved my life. It really did. Yeah,
I actually
I would have headed otherwise.
I had a 1 minute moment with your wife and asked that question. How do you see James? Is he any different now working, doing this, or before in his old job? When we're up in Sydney.
Oh, yeah.
And at the conference.
Yeah.
And she said, he's so different now. He might not have been alive now. There was that moment he was really stressed out and I was worried for his health. So that was really, and I was like, what a moment. Thank you, Sue, for asking that question. And Marika being honest, how wonderful is that? She's really,
I'm just grateful and lucky that she's amazing and she stuck by me all this time. She could see, that I was worth hanging around for to find myself.
Yeah. Well, you didn't have to go far to find yourself. That's the thing.
That's the thing, isn't it?
You go within, not without.
Yeah. So anyway, I called you and we had a good chat and back and forth for a bit. And I remember, thinking about how am I going to do this, like get into coaching. And obviously I've been doing coaching for many, many years, like in a corporate sense, different models, etc., and things you learn, but never like running my own business. So that support from you was really helpful, the guidance around that. And then, I'm my first client, I guess, the product of the product, so to speak, and some of the things that were holding me back in corporate that had honestly held me back a lot in my life, self-doubt, imposter syndrome, probably perfectionism, being a workaholic led me to the challenges that I talked about before, burnout, and real tangible impacts on my life. And so these are some of the things that I had to deal with first. So I know you were like, just get in there and start coaching people. I'm like, I've got to do some development growth myself. And so as soon as I worked through that, which was pretty quick actually, I actually felt armed, empowered to go out and start doing some pro bono coaching. Remember I started with that? Coaching some family and friends.
Yeah. I suggest that you get your friends involved or family. They become your first clients just to practice on. Go practice, and just get a group together and you'll find how, was it hard?
Well, not really. It was hard sort of showing up as somebody, as the coach James now, instead of my mate James or the dad or partner.
But it's with somebody familiar.
It was hard to change that.
It was just to get you into the coaching field.
Yeah, but then once you sort of, it's just like anything. If you're trying to get stronger and healthier, physically, you've got to put in the reps, right? You've got to go to the gym and do it. And so that was my version of that. Sort of putting in the reps, maybe making some mistakes in a safe environment, doing some coaching, in a safe place, practice with yourself in the training, that really helps.
Glad you brought up training because, I get a lot of people who come to me and they've done coaching or they've wanting to go and do a coaching course and I've heard a lot of money has been spent on coaching out there and what they're promised and what they get, it can be very, very different. So what I promised you in that, or what I said to you in the beginning, what it was going to be like, was it similar to that? Was it the same? Was there much different? And did you need to do a coaching course before you came to us? Before you came to Jim's Life Coaching? I know you wanted to work on yourself, but a coaching course to train you to coach other people.
I don't think you need a coaching course to train you to coach other people. It helps, I think, if you are of the mind, of that sort of mindset of personal development. You believe in it strongly, because I can't run my own business and basically provide and sell coaching programs if I don't believe in it myself, right? So, believing in, the benefits of personal development, personal growth, continuous learning, pushing yourself outside your comfort zone. These are all things that I believe in consciously. Obviously, I had some challenges, to overcome with my subconscious patterns that we all carry. That had stopped me in the past from moving forward probably consistently, because I'd done the coaching programs, right? I got external life coaching, mindset coaching, NLP certifications, which help, and they help me be a better coach when I'm putting into practice to augment with what we learn. But honestly, I don't think you need it to get started, because when we start doing the program ourselves, and I'm still doing the program every week as a student. Now on a couple of laps now through on the 9-month program, because we're always working on ourselves.
And people have said, but it's the same program, is it going to be any beneficial doing it again? Like
layers.
Oh.
I always talk about with my clients peeling back the layers of the onion, right? And because it's unless you create awareness, right, of what's going on for you, you can't change anything. So awareness precedes change, and unless you create that awareness, then you can't change anything. But once you are aware, well, then actually it's good and bad, because now you have to choose. You have to choose to stay the same or to change, right? And so as you go through the program, you start with just surface stuff, surface beliefs, sort of surface level things that are on the surface have been holding you back. As you go through then level 2, level 3, and then the second lap now that I'm doing on level the 9-month program, 3 levels, I'm discovering stuff that I touched on the surface, way back in the first level, and made some shifts and changes. But then I moved on to focus on something else, and I probably didn't put in the amount of practice and work as I probably could have to then really embed the changes, because I was focusing in other areas that maybe were more important. But then the second lap of the 9-month program, now I'm covering these things, and now they're more relevant to me. And I'm like, I'm going in because I've peeled back the layers again and found some juice to work on.
And you've elevated yourself, you've empowered yourself, and then you're redesigning next level and beyond.
And I think as you go too, you see the world through different eyes. So just like when you read a good book, right? Some people they speed read books and they get the essence, the substance out of it, but they probably don't get the richness. Whereas when you read it again through a different lens, like maybe 3 months, 6 months later, in our programs, you're literally a different person. 3 months later, 6 months later, 9 months later, still the same you, but a different version of you that thinks differently, sees things differently. Absolutely. And then so your awareness, then you're looking through different eyes and you're reading the same thing you read in month 3, going, oh, now I get it.
At a whole new level. I've read some books and I've gotten to the end and thought, I have to read that again, because now I am so different, thinking differently to go into that. Don't read one book or 100 books once, read one book 100 times and really uncover the meanings in there and go deeper. Beautiful. Love it, James. Love it. Now, we've had a lot of time on. You've been now...
Almost 2 years.
Yeah,
it's coming up to 2 years. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And I believe you had your best month last month?
Yes,
We won't mention figures, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, well, when I keep that lapping, you caught me then, didn't you? I was going to say if. No, so when that repeats, and it's about being consistent then, sort of with the inputs that you're doing, right? Like I always say, I didn't make this up, by the way, but I love it. You are the product of what you did repeatedly and consistently 6 months ago. Yeah, and so when we're laying the seeds, planting the seeds, doing the daily sort of non-negotiables that you sort of hold yourself accountable for, that you know is going to stack up towards your goal, then next month, the month after, the seeds were planted months ago, right? And so, yeah.
And we do a lot of seed planting with
for sure.
with people that we speak to who might not be ready right then, but in time, things don't get better. They actually can most of the time get worse because you can't stay the same. And, I said to some people, well, that would never have happened if you worked with me 6 months ago. And they're like, right, I'm ready. So they jump in.
Well, I had one last week. Yeah, so I spoke to him last in June last year, 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he wasn't quite ready at the time. He's a Jim's mowing guy up in New South Wales, and he wasn't quite ready. And now, 12 months in, he's gone through another spring where it was chaotic and was feeling pretty burnt out. And now can see, after he's been in gyms for 2 years now, he can see this pattern that's going to happen every year. And he's like, no, I need to change this. I want to scale my business. I want to grow. I want to put in employees. I want to put in multiple vans. And so he's now realised, okay, I'm going to need help with this because I can't do it on my own. Yeah, so he's come back to me just last week, and we're looking to start in August.
You can't use the same thinking that got you to where you are to get you to where you want to be.
Yeah.
It's that upgrade, and that's definitely what we help people do. Now, we don't just work with only in the gyms group. We work with, you've got clients outside.
Lots of clients outside,
Yeah. Okay, so that's in the real world, as we call it.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
What else? I know there was something. Some of your client testimonials, some of your wins recently have been absolutely amazing with the wins your clients are having. Just tell me the one that you told me yesterday, because I won't say it, but James, it was amazing, made me cry, made me tear up to think that, we've started this Jim's Life Coaching that a lot of people thought it was, it's crazy, it's not going to work. But here we are, it's working. So there you go, thank you. But, the win you had really teared me up because it's like, wow, the difference that we're making.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes me emotional too, right? Because when I went back to why I do this, it's to help people. Yeah. And so this client, she is in cleaning and, had been really suffering with anxiety, depression for 10 years, right? She literally felt that she'd lost 10 years of her life. And she was sort of at a bit of a wit's end as to what to do, because she'd been, seeing psychologists, psychiatrists, and so on, and it helped, right? And I have used them myself, right, for different times in my life where I've needed that type of help, and if that's necessary, that's great. But I've always found that it helped me go from rocking in the corner, so to speak, to actually functioning. Yeah, but then that was it. Like, it didn't provide me with a vision forward, of the future I wanted to create, and help me then, work through a structured process with accountability and support to help be successful, right? So that's where it fell short, and I think that's where she was at. But she was struggling to overcome these feelings, okay, and was just feeling really flat and unhappy. And so we started the program about 4 weeks ago. She's on the 9-month program, and last week we always talk about, okay, how was the last week, how was your study, and how was your wins? And she said, well, one of the wins was that her employee had actually left, right? They found another job, which was more full-time, and normally that would have just sent her in a spiral, right? But because of the power of belief, which is our second lesson, the exercises that she did the last week, she had actually learnt about how her thinking was actually the root cause of everything in her life. And she had identified a bunch of beliefs that were really challenging, which a lot of our clients face, right? So, I'm not good enough. I don't know enough. I have to be
me.
perfect. It's me.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people, right? And so she had identified these beliefs, right? And she'd realised how much impact that was having on her life by having those. And then she'd understood through the lesson and my explanation and helping her develop her understanding that she doesn't have to hold on to those anymore if they're not serving her, right? And she literally let them go. Like, I'm getting tingles just,
I
goosebumps,
get goosebumps, yes.
right? She'd literally just let them go in the space of a week. And then we helped replace those beliefs with a more empowering belief.
If you don't replace the old habit with a new empowering habit, another bad habit comes into its place. So
And so she described it as like she felt like light and fluffy. She called it fluffy. But she's just had a weight drop off her, you know. And I sat back and I was like, you know, that is probably the biggest shift so quickly that I've seen in any of my clients. And I've had big shifts, you know, all the time, right? But so quickly in any of my clients. And as we know, you know, those shifts can happen quickly, very quickly, when you learn how to control your thinking and how to think differently. But the key is then, okay, how do we embed that to be sustainable and to help you, give you the tools to repeat that over and over again? Because the subconscious, it's very strong and it'll keep coming back. And so we've got to be on guard, if you like, the doorway to our subconscious mind to make sure that we're protecting it and consciously creating the mindset that we want, the thinking that we want to create the life that we want.
Yeah, because we really think we're in control, but there's something else going on in the way.
Yeah.
Because if we really wanted to do what we wanted to do and it was just up to us, we do it.
Yeah.
But we've got some patterns at play and that's where we play in. How wonderful.
Yeah, so amazing. And, you know, it's something that she's starting to share with her kids. And that really sort of...
getting to the next generation.
Connects to my heart as well. Like, we all are a product, and I just literally got off a phone today with a potential client. We were talking about these generational patterns. And he was saying, you know, I'm really struggling at the moment, you know, with... you know, he doesn't like being disrespected and you know, he's sort of never good enough and all this sort of stuff. And I said, where'd that come from? And he's like, oh, yeah, I know where it came from. It came from my dad, right? And mine came from my mum, right? And I'd had a pretty struggling relationship with my mum, you know, as I was growing up because I sort of resented her for some of this stuff, right? Some of my upbringing. But then when I sort of got coaching and started to relate differently to what happened there, I realised, actually, no, she was actually just teaching me how to be better, strong, you know, successful, the way that she'd learnt from her mum, right? And it was like
that same
perpetuating this generational thing. And so, you know, my client there, her kids are young, right? And so she's got the ability, the opportunity now to break generational patterns of this stuff occurring, and so she can then
pain.
Yeah, absolutely. And so she can decide, you know, help educate her kids about what's a great way to grow up and think, not create these negative subconscious patterns, but create more positive ones from the get-go instead of having to try to address them later and then replace them. Yeah. So that's really inspiring work that we do.
Oh, it is. And, you know, my clients inspire me, and you guys now inspire me from, you know, the results that you guys are getting as well. Wonderful. Now, you mentioned support that you give your clients. I want to ask you the support that you've received from Jim's life coaching, your divisional franchisor, your franchisor, and even inside the Jim's group. Have I provided you the support that I said I would give? You know,
absolutely.
Is there? Do you want to make a comment? You know, is there anything you'd like to say about that?
Yeah, look, you know, I guess starting your own business
not
can
putting
be a
you on the
lonely
spot
place.
or anything, James.
I'd freely tell a lot of people this, and people call me up, potential people that are interested in life coaching, franchisee. Happily tell them, you know, what the experience is like. You know, so for me, when you're starting your own business, it can be a lonely place. You know, you don't know if you're doing it right. You don't have anyone to talk to check in with. Sometimes you're working from ground zero in terms of, in the coaching space as an example, having to create your own programs. Yeah, and that can be pretty daunting. You don't know if they work and so on. So we've got proven systems, proven programs that work. I know because 2 years in, I've got dozens and dozens of clients that, I'm just so happy for the results that they've been able to achieve through coaching, my coaching in the program. Yeah, it works.
Yep.
Right? And so fundamentally believe in that. Couldn't sell it if I didn't. Right? But then, the support beyond having the program, like I said before, we're all a product of the product. So I've got like a permanent life coach in Sue here. We get together every week and we go through whatever that week's lesson is in the program. So I'm always learning and evolving myself, And I know you have to have a call with, all franchisors have to have a call with their franchisees at least every month.
Yes,
yeah,
one a month.
One a month, yeah.
And there's no time on it. It could be 5 minutes. I've been told some do.
Yeah, but we get on the phone and talk for way more than that, a couple of times a week, checking in, how's things going. Hey, I need this for a particular event that I'm running, or can you send me that? We have our franchisee meetings once a month where we're sort of sharing knowledge, sharing tools. We've got a WhatsApp group that we can share things that are working. Like last week I shared that template on how to reframe your thoughts that I hope the other guys will start using because it's really had some ahas, with my clients. So a lot of support there that we get from yourself. And then the broader gyms group.
Hang on, let's switch back because you missed one.
Okay.
What about sales training?
Sales training, yes, we do sales training. So, like they teach us in the gyms training, which we're here at today to support. Every 3 weeks we got new franchisees coming through. And I remember back to my training, they said, when you start your own business, you think, okay, I'm going to get into mowing or cleaning, right? So that's the technical side. Because I'm a good cleaner, okay? I'm a good coach. I'm a developing, learning coach, and that's what I'm choosing to be expert at. But that's only a third of the challenge of running your own business. There's another third, and I'd argue there's more thirds, right? So there's
there's a lot.
They say it's a third technical, a third marketing, and a third sales. Then you'd argue that you're also, your own bookkeeper for a while, the chief admin officer, the complaints officer, the
photographer,
the social media creator. So you have all these hats that you have to wear. But sales is an area that, unless you've done it before, it can be quite daunting. Because when not just the doing of, but also the reality of sales, which there's a lot of rejection, right? That then, if you're not buoyant and resilient towards that, which takes training, right, then that can really start to affect your self-image, which is what we deal with a lot. So, the rejection can start to, you make stories up about, yourself. And
I'm not good enough.
You're
again,
not good
that
enough and all
comes
that.
up.
And that's then, if you have that as your story, then that's the energy that you walk into a sales conversation with, or anyone that you meet. That just
this is what we teach.
Oozes out of you, right?
We teach people how to get through this. But if you've got your own business and you've got no one there to support you, and you get a no, and you think, everyone says no, and you're in that story, and this is where most people give up on their own business if they haven't got a support person.
Absolutely.
So you do get a life coach. You also get a business coach and someone to help develop your business as well. Because, do you get much support there with me? With the background work that I do in getting you to events, invited to events and invited to other things, part of a team. You don't just arrive on your own.
No.
Sue's there with you, taking photos, and I've sent you probably 20 from today. This is all gold, I think, that most people who run their own business don't get.
Yeah, absolutely. So just on the sales training, just a little bit more. So every week we get together and role play. Because we're exercising, practising the muscle, of how to, help people. Because if you can't help people, like you literally can't get them to sign up to your programs, then you
Yeah.
can't help them through your programs.
Exactly.
Right, so you
Doesn't
have
matter.
to get
As I
good
s-
at that.
Yeah, as I say, it doesn't matter how good a coach you are. If you can't sell your programs or
Yeah.
get enough information from someone to then recommend or diagnose in a way which
Yeah.
program is best, you know,
Yeah,
you're not going to make any money.
yeah, and it's not a hard sell, like,
No.
by any means. It's all about getting an understanding, you know, of the person, helping them understand where you're coming from, because not everyone is right for everyone either. You know, so it's about understanding what their needs are, what makes them tick, how and communicating how you can help them in a way that they feel safe,
Yep.
and they can trust you, and they feel heard. Yeah, and you know, on that basis, then it's about, okay, here's what I can help you with. Would you like to get started? Yeah, I don't offer steak knives or, you know, buy one get one free or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just a really open my heart to your heart. You know, what do you need? And you know, I really want to help you. Sometimes I feel like I want to help them more. They want to help themselves. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a little bit, that can be there. But
Yeah.
yeah, we're really wanting to help people. I get that's that's what I want to do. Like Jim said to me the other day, he's like, Sue, you only have to make one phone call a month or, you know, one meeting every 6 weeks. And I said, no, Jim, I want to be the best support that I can be. And that is these regular meetings. And it's not just you, James.
No.
Well, there's 5 of us now. We've got Craig, who's signed up in Kellyville in New South Wales. So we are growing. And, you know, the other long weekend, everyone had their leads turned off.
I was off fishing.
James was off fishing. I'm like, how many holidays do you have, James? And you're still making this money. He was in Sydney.
Yeah.
He was
Bali,
and then Japan. And then he's off to your fishing, all these long weekends he has. But he's still doing well. He's still doing very well.
Well, you asked me how many hours I work, you know, in my corporate job. I reckon I probably work similar hours, but I love it because I'm doing what's like I feel like I'm being called to do.
With Fridays off and Mondays off. And
so I don't do coaching on Fridays or Tuesdays usually. Yeah, so I've got a lot more bandwidth that I can expand into. So I work when I want to work. Yeah, so you know, sometimes I go to the gym in the middle of the day. Sometimes I go have coffee, go shopping, but then I'll be getting in early because that's when sometimes my clients need me to be available, or I work into the sort of, you know, between 5 and 8 at times as well. That's my choice. But that's my choice,
James's
right?
choice. I
I need to change my choices because Marika's getting a little bit suggestive that I be more available in some of my evenings. So it's about setting some boundaries. Yeah,
That's nice.
But again, I can do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my business.
And take them on holidays with you wherever you go and
we're
work
heading to Bali soon again.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Well, because just what you were talking before, like this week we're going up to Newcastle.
Yes.
To the Gym's Building Inspections National Conference, and I'll be speaking to the team up there.
Yep.
And then in July I'm heading to Bali to speak to the Gym's Mowing National Franchisee Conference and the Gym's
in Bali.
Mowing National Franchisor Conference.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so it's a thing that they're doing now. I don't think they have done many of these national ones, but I think it's something that they're going to look to do to help their franchisees.
Yep. Yeah. Fantastic. Oh, that's good. Good excuse for a holiday to work.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Yes. So fantastic. Really, really impressed with you, James.
Yeah,
You've come a long way.
Yeah.
24 kilos less than he was.
Yes. I'm a product of my product, yes.
Yeah, and wasn't there one client that you had as well who's recently lost some weight?
Oh, lots.
Yeah, well, lots.
It's crazy. Lots of clients and losing a good amount of weight. It's funny how, and we teach this all the time, is like you get more of what you focus on and you attract more of what you put your attention on. And, you know, for me, health is a big focus. Relationships are a big focus. My business is a big focus. And so you tend to, attract people that are looking for that from you. So
similar.
Yeah.
Similar type. Yep.
Yeah. And so, you know, like you said, I've lost probably 24 kilos in the last 6 months or so, after years of sort of yo-yoing, because I've just learnt how to work on my mindset.
He made a decision, a committed decision.
Yes. Yeah, and I have to say, it's challenging, right? And that's why the weekly coaching and the weekly work, daily work actually, is so important to keep you consistent and on track. To become the person, so instead of trying to force it with the decision's only 5% of the battle, isn't it? You've actually got to become the person that sees themselves as does the hard things, that does things consistently, that makes the good choices, that wants the benefits, right, that you're trying to achieve, more energy, all that sort of stuff. So anyway, a couple of examples, right? So one of my clients, Deshant, he's been on the Jim's Mowing podcast, talked about his success. So, apart from helping him lose 12 kilos, right, his business more than doubled, right? And he's looking at, even in winter, actually, now I just spoke to him this morning, funnily enough, just to check in, and his business has stayed more than doubled even in winter.
Wow.
He's getting married, which is when we think back to the first session, he set goals. He's like, I want to get married, I want to have another child, I want to expand my business, and I want to look after my health. And he's done all of those. So he's getting married in August, I think it is, to his sweetheart, the mother of his 2 kids, in Las Vegas. So good on you, Deshant. He's really looking forward to actually doing the next level program with me. Another of my clients, she's a professional, and I've helped her. She's lost about 10 kilos so far, and so that's fantastic. And then just recently, and is very more energetic and more out there, given confidence, all that sort of stuff, and it's helping her in her business and career endeavours as well. And then someone I just finished coaching just this week, I had my wrap up with him yesterday. He's a 17-year-old.
Wow.
Yep, and struggled with weight and bullying sort of all his life, and affecting his confidence, and he's in year 12, and he's lost 12 kilos.
Whoa,
right?
Wow.
Probably in about 6-8 weeks.
Yeah.
Yep, and is sort of looking to sort of get himself in more shape, and it's all through mindset and changing his self-image, and supporting him with consistency, accountability. And then he's also been improving in his studies. So he wants to study law, but had always felt that he wasn't worthy, or he couldn't do it. And now he's got real belief in himself. And he's looking to go study in Sydney, move out of home, start to build his life as an adult. So just so good.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
How wonderful.
So
Starting
rewarding.
young. Yeah. Don't have to wait till you get to like 50 like I did and start working on yourself and waste all that time, or well, it's not wasting, but how wonderful.
Yeah, it's never too late to start, is it?
No, never too late. I've worked with 66-year-olds, 70-year-olds.
My oldest is 74.
74, there you go.
Yeah.
Never too late to make a difference in your life.
Yeah.
But I loved it. I've worked with a 17-year-old and an 18-year-old, and that time between finishing high school and going to university, and that time can be just so dramatic in one way or the other. And the worry, the fear, the doubt that comes through with some of that age group. But to turn it into the opposite, and to make it empowering, and really set them up for amazing things through university and for their life. It's just so rewarding.
Yeah.
Love it.
So it's definitely, like, if you think, I'll ask you a question. What's an ideal franchisee? What's their sort of more, not necessarily their career, but what's the type of qualities are you looking for?
Yeah, someone who's really passionate about life. Really wanting to see other people succeed, really wanting to help other people succeed and do better in their life, and who are going to be coachable, who know that they could be better at what they're doing, and are really wanting to dive into the products that we have, the programs that we have, because I'm going to help you and hold your hand the whole way, and it's for the life of your business. That you get this support, but really coachable. Be open-minded to learning to do things better in a better way, because that's what we want our clients to do. And if we can't do it ourselves, how do we expect others to do it? And so, me personally, I want to get better. It's like you don't have to have bad health to have better health.
Totally.
I quote myself in our program.
Yeah.
But, you know, you don't have to have a bad life to have a better life. We can just be better, and I love that word better. Just to be better, 1% better, another percent better, and, you know, well, quantum leap that one.
Yeah.
Don't do 1%. What about 100% better? And, you know, there is no end to the good that we can do in our lives and to other people. So I want people to fall in love with that and come join us. If that's you and you're up for this, you know, don't think about how it won't work. Think about how it will work. And, you know, you can be as successful as you want. You can make as much money as you want. There is no limit to this, truly. And I'll show you how.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, thank you, James, for the question.
No, it just made me think about, you know, who do we help, right? Because some might think, so you help people who are really struggling. Yes, and that can be true, right? Sometimes they're the harder ones to help because they're in a position where they're not able, you know, mentally necessarily or financially sometimes to invest in themselves.
Well, it's that negative thinking keeps the mind closed and that inability to open it to even see possibility.
Correct, yeah. But then I've been helping a lot of people that are already successful, and they're the ones you know, that are great to help as well, because they're already successful, might be in their business or career. They understand the power of you know, working on themselves, but they haven't been able to be consistent, or they've been successful in one area of their life, like their business, or it could be health or whatever it might be, but then other areas are falling down around them. You know, so relationships, their health could be another one. You know, a stranger in their own house, their kids don't know them, or they don't have a relationship with them because they've just been programmed, you know, by their past to do the right thing. Which is often, you know, for people, is to go to work and work hard, earn money, pay the bills, and, you know, make sure that you provide for your family. But and
you do that 40, 50 hours a week.
Yeah, and you're not there. And when you are there, you're grumpy and stressed out, right? And so I love helping those guys because you can show them that there's a better way to live.
Yep.
Yeah. So
and women.
That workshop I run. When I say guys, it's like guys and girls. Because these days it's a common problem across all people who are finding themselves in that position.
Yeah. And so what you talking about? You've got a an event on, or?
So that's kind of exactly what I focus on in my workshop. It's called More Balance, Better Results. So you don't have to choose between balance or results. You know, they often talk about work-life balance, right? Well, you know, what is work-life balance? It's whatever it makes you happy, right? And if you're focusing solely on work and you're letting other things drop out, for some people that's okay. But for other people, you know, they're neglecting their family, they're not fulfilled in relationships, or even maybe the work, they're making a lot of money, but they're not fulfilled. They're doing something that doesn't give them, you know, any enjoyment. And so it's all about helping people find more balance and better results at the same time. And usually that comes from, you know, clarity of what do you stand for, what's your purpose, what are your goals, and realising how your thinking is actually creating all of your results.
All of them.
All of them, yeah. And so, you know, Einstein's, you know, theory of what's the definition of insanity? If you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you keep getting the same results. You know, and so we help people shift their thinking to shift to the thinking of the version of you that can actually create the results that you want as their sort of everyday thinking, and show you how to do that.
It's wonderful. So you run these workshops regularly every month for people to jump on. They're free to join. We can get the link for that on your Facebook.
On my Facebook,
page,
or my LinkedIn,
LinkedIn, yep.
So on my
anyone can
Jim's
jump
Life
on.
Coaching Ballarat, Facebook page.
Yeah, so anyone can jump on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Even international. I've gone international, so did you know?
Yes, I
I'm
was
coaching
actually on.
somebody in New Zealand now.
Oh, wow. But you had somebody on one of your masterclasses or
Yes,
the workshop.
from Sri Lanka. Yeah.
Oh, but no, New York, wasn't there? Or Detroit or somebody.
Chicago.
Chicago. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, well, there is no limit to the areas that we can work in.
Yeah, that's right.
Or work around. And there is no limit in your life. It's, if there's an area where you're not happy about and you want it to be better, we can help you with that. It's not, what is life? Life is every area of your life. We've got the wheel of life that we ask you to rate areas of your life. And it's not just business. We help people, triple their business, double, triple. I've worked with millionaires, multi-millionaires who are really successful, but there's some of their life that's not so good, and they need help with that, and we can really help them there. So it's your choice. If there's some area of your life that you'd like to improve, James can help you. We've got franchisees. We've even got Amanda, so male, female, doesn't matter.
Example with Amanda, she's from the NDIS area. Yeah, so she's got lived experience in that space. She's actually runs an NDIS business as well, and for somebody in that space, she can really relate to the challenges that they've got.
Yes. So we do have a real mixed area of, life skills, life experiences that we can bring in to help you in those areas. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. Thank you, James.
Thanks,
so
Sue.
we are, times we could stand here and talk all day about this because we just love what we do. But it is time to go. So thank you, James, for all your information that you've shared and for taking your time out for doing this. And yes, if you are listening to this and would like to know more, please call the call centre 131 546 or reach out to jimslifecoaching.com.au. We are updating that website. Or to James directly through Jim's Life Coaching Ballarat, and in LinkedIn or Facebook. And
on my Google My Business page. I'm on there too.
Yeah, we've got so many testimonials. If you want to hear more, please research us. We really want to help as many people as we can. 30 million people in Australia. Please come talk to us. We do a complimentary first session with you to find out those things of what's going on, how we can help you and what might be stopping you, and then we can recommend one of our programs. And we'd love to help because we see the future for people and really know how much they can improve their lives. So please look forward to speaking with you. Thank you.
Thanks.